Hello, everyone. My name is David Maestas, and I am passionate about unlocking the law of attraction with psychology. The biggest thing that I love to focus on is balance and how we balance our emotions and our thoughts. So, one thing that I wanted to talk about today, the reason I'm doing this video is because I wanted to talk about resistance and what creates resistance and what holds our manifestations away from us. So, the concept behind this video is that the opposite of love, which is what creates and manifests things in our life, is not hate, but the opposite of love is actually judgment. So, judgment is like what we think about a situation or how we, you know, um, our perspective about it. So let's say that you wanted to have more money, right? Money's a big one, or love, or just pretty much anything that you want to manifest in your life. It's because you think you're going to feel um, good when you get to the other side of it. Like you have a need. So it creates what's called tension. And until you manifest that thing, you're going to have this tension in your life. So it's always going to be the first thing. It's what we call a heuristic. So it's like the first thing that your mind goes to. It's like, I'm going to see life through this lens for a while, until I get that thing. It creates tension. It's always going to be the first thing on my mind when I wake up. It's going to be the last thing on my mind when I go to bed. So there we are. We want to manifest something. What's blocking it? What's the resistance? What's holding us away from seeing that thing with pure unconditional love? Because the opposite of love, again, is judgment. So we're judging it negatively somehow, and that's what's blocking it from coming into our life. So let's say you want to have more money. That's a big one. Everybody wants more money, whatever. Not everybody, but it's a pretty general need that we all have to have money to live. So I want more money. My situation, I'm thinking every time I think about money. So this is the key. When we're having a thought about money, no matter what it is, let's say you're looking at something that you want to buy, but it's too expensive. Immediately, whether or not we're really aware of it, mentally, somatically, we're experiencing negative emotions. So you might feel like a tinge in your stomach. Your muscles might get tight. It feels like you get punched in the stomach or something. Everyone's experience might be a little bit different somatically, but basically what happens is you have the thought, the electromagnetic current flows through your body, you have a somatic response to it, and physiologically you're responding to the unconscious negative ideas that you're having about money, whether it's like, oh, I can't afford that, that sucks, you're experiencing somewhere in your body. And that's with everything that you want to manifest. Anything that you want to manifest in your life, when you think about it, you're somewhere. If it's not already in your life, you're probably having some kind of a negative somatic reaction when you think about that thing. So whether it's like, oh, I want to manifest a partner, every time you think about love, you're like, oh, you're experiencing that on the back end. I call it on the back end like a somatic negative experience. And it's usually, like I said, unconscious. Sometimes it's been there for so many years, we don't even realize we're actually having that response. So the key here is removing the resistance. That's resistance. Because when you're thinking about it and you're separated from your manifestation and you're having a negative somatic experience, you're not in balance. Your negative thoughts and feelings are working against your positive thoughts and feelings about that thing, which are actually going to create it and manifest it in your life. So it's almost like casting the reel and then immediately like reeling that line back in and not even giving it a chance, because the somatic experience that you're having is working against the mental thinking that you're having about manifesting it. So you're like, oh, I want to have more money. And then boom, somatically, that feeling, that emotion is working against you because the thought is going out. Yes, it's speaking to the electromagnetic field around your body and it's what is affecting the universe, etc., etc. But when you're having that same, immediately having the somatic experience, it's canceling it out. Like immediately it's gone. So whatever your mind is doing in the work and stuff that you're doing to manifest stuff, if your body is speaking against it in a different language, like boom, gone, then whatever you're trying to manifest isn't ever going to manifest. So what's happening is you're having a negative thought about it. Let's do the work. So we got to find some way to balance that out. What I do is I first of all come into alignment with the way that I'm feeling. So I'm just going to use money as an example. It's an easy one. I want more money. Boom. I feel bad about it. Why do I feel bad about money? Usually it's like self-worth stuff. Like I feel worthless without money, or I feel like I'm not achieving my life's goals. Like maybe I wanted to make $300,000 a year, whatever it is. And if I'm not there, I'm like, boom, I feel like a failure. That's a big one. I don't I don't feel like I'm worthy. I feel like I'm a failure. Those kinds of thoughts. So, this is what I do. I say it's okay to feel like a failure. It's okay to feel like a failure. Everyone feels like a failure. Even Jesus, like in the Bible, felt like a failure at some point. And you can probably take like someone that you really look up to, whether it's like Steve Jobs or, someone that inspires you, and think, did they feel like a failure? Even someone who's got a ton of money feels like a failure. So this exercise is cool because like even if you had $1 million or $2 million sitting in the bank, you're gonna have feelings of failure even when you're rich. So you're still living in the space of someone who's got a ton of money. You're just acknowledging the emotion so that you can quit canceling out your manifestation when your body somatically is speaking against it. So I'm okay with feeling like a failure. It's okay to feel like a failure. Boom. Now you're in alignment somatically with the way that you're thinking, because resistance is thinking that something should be the opposite of what it is. So that's kind of a hard concept to grasp if you think about it. But the deeper thought is I shouldn't be broke. I shouldn't be. I should have more money. So that thought is what's operating on the back end, and that's what's causing the somatic response. That's resistance. You're resisting the way that life is right now, thinking it should be different. I should have more money. Immediately, like, come into alignment. It's okay to feel like a failure. It's okay to feel broke. It's okay to feel poor, whatever. It's okay to not have money. Say that first, right? So now you're in alignment with your emotion. You're like functioning from a clear mind and body. You're at rest, calm, because your body's calm now that it's in alignment with the way that it shouldn't be in life, because now you're acknowledging that it is and you're okay with it. So I'm okay to feel like a failure, and then on the back end, say what you want to manifest. Say it out loud, because there's some energetic response that happens when you say it out loud. It speaks to your, not only your body and your mind, because once it goes into your ears, your brain starts to process how it's going to figure out how to create it. And then when your body hears it, it's going into that deeper level of you, like in your gut, in your heart. So it's okay to feel broke, and I'm a millionaire, or whatever, like whatever thing is what you want to create, right? Like, I'm okay with being single and I'm happily married, or I am okay with this job that I'm working in and I'm at my perfect job making $300,000 a year. So you're acknowledging where you're at. It's a two-step process. It's very important to acknowledge where you're at. So you're removing resistance immediately right there. Boom. Easing resistance. Your body's calm. You're back in a state of rest. Your amygdala's chilling. Like all your fight, flight, or freeze responses are gone. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with feeling poor. I'm okay with being lonely. And I'm happily married. And then go into the feeling of, oh my gosh, it feels so good to be in a relationship. I love it. I love that person. I love having money. Oh, it's amazing. I'm okay with being poor. I'm okay with feeling broke. I'm okay with feeling like a failure. And I'm a millionaire. Oh, I love that feeling. I have freedom. I can go wherever I want. I can eat at any restaurant that I love. So basically, removing resistance is removing the judgment of where you're at now. So coming to peace with where you are and then speaking what you want into existence. And I like to do it in three. So I'm okay with this. and I want this. So repeat it 3 times out loud to the universe, and I promise you, you'll start manifesting like crazy.